Hey guys, I'm doing a request video from Christina, friend on Facebook, follower. She has sent me a link to a upside down pineapple cheesecake. And before I start, I just wanted to tell you, Christina, ma'am, you got me. This recipe is a bit complex. I would not recommend it to beginners. If I was to compare it to something, I would compare it to a creme brulee. So if you can make creme brulees, then you can make this. Only reason why I would compare it to creme brulee is because you have to cook this cheesecake in a hot water bath, and things have to be tempered and beat separately. So it's a process. But I'm up for a challenge. I'm gonna do it. Sounds delicious. So here we go. First things first, you want to do the cheesecake because that's the part that's gonna take the longest. So first we're gonna do the crust. Gonna grind these up. Okay, crumbs all grounded up. Next thing, 2 tablespoons of sugar. I'm doing a two-time of this. Anybody who watches my videos knows that I do not follow recipes. I try, but I don't always go off and do my own thing. This recipe, I will be going off a little as well. The recipe calls for 4 packs of 8 ounces of cheesecake. I'm doing a two-time, so I only had about 48 ounces. So I split that. So instead of 8 ounces, I'm gonna do 6 ounces. So 4 6 ounces, and to make it 2 ounce. And then also, it calls for heavy cream. I'm going to be using whipped cream because that's what I have, and then eventually when you whip heavy cream, that's what it turns into anyway. So that's what I'm going to be using instead of heavy cream. So just a few changes. Add your butter and then mix. Okay, I just flipped the camera on you guys and just messed the whole game up. But anyway, so once you have your mixture mixed, then you want to pat it down nice and tightly packed onto these pans here. And then we're going to bake them for 8 minutes. Okay, here they are. And into the oven they go. 8 minutes. Okay, now for the difficult part, the actual cheesecake. It wants you to beat in methods. So the first method will just be beating with a quarter of that, I'd say. And then cornstarch and cornstarch and then the cream cheese, beating on low. Miss Christina got me pulling out the mixer and everything. I don't never use this thing. Okay, so this is the first stage. This is the cream cheese and the cornstarch. And then next it just says beat in the remaining cream cheese. So that's what I'll be doing. Now, when beating, you want to make sure that you have a rubber spatula because you want to keep scraping down those sides, especially with a hand mixer like this. It's difficult to incorporate everything at the same time. So have a spatula with you and just keep going down on those edges to make sure everything's beaten. Okay, next would be adding sugar and vanilla. That's how it looks with the vanilla and sugar. And then next would be the eggs. This calls for 2 eggs, and then those eggs have to be beaten one at a time. So 1 egg, and then you beat, and then the other egg. Okay, that's how it looks with everything. Beat it into it, and now things get a little bit complicated because this is where I'm supposed to be adding the heavy cream, but I told you guys that I will be using whipped cream instead. So since heavy cream is technically whipped cream whipped already, I'm going to be putting the whipped cream in, and then I'm going to be folding it instead. Now, instead of mixing, folding is when you actually, and you want to go like that. That's folding. That's folding versus mixing. So folding and then mixing. So that's what I'll be doing. You just want to keep on folding until the whipped cream is fully incorporated. My bowl's spinning because I'm using one hand right now so y'all can see this folding method. But that's basically what you want to do. This folding method can also you be using mousses and things like that with a fluffy, airy texture. So whenever you taste something that's like, like yogurt that's fluffy, it's been folded, and that's what that is. Okay, so here they are, and the recipe also calls for you to wrap the surrounding sides of the pan with foil. I'm guessing that's for browning. So once you put it in the pan, then you're gonna want to add some water to this because this is gonna be baked in a hot water bath. I would say maybe like midway, so half. When you reach the half point of your pan, that's when you want to stop. So I'm just gonna tint these just a little bit to prevent from browning. I also have another one. I'm guessing the whipped cream that I had whipped in there, folded or whatever, made a little bit excess, so I was able to make a whole nother pie. This one I'm gonna do without a hot bath. I may cover it so it doesn't brown, but I'm gonna do just a little experiment to see, the difference in taste or whatever. So that one's gonna be going without, and this one's gonna be going with. They're gonna be going in for about an hour and a half, and in the meantime, we're gonna start on the cake base. Okay, while part A is in the oven, you want to start on part B, which is the actual pineapple, upside down pineapple cake. First step would be, doing the bottom part that everybody loves, the upside down pineapple part. So you want to put your butter in there, and then you want to shake that around so that it can evenly get around the pan. Then you want to do your brown sugar. Now, this calls for a half a cup, and as you already know, brown sugar, it just packs really well in a measuring cup. So after you have it in the cup, you want to take it out and sprinkle it because if you just dump it in there, it's just going to be a mountain. It's going to be really messy. So I would I would just crumble it up so you can get better coverage. The whole time I'm doing this, you already know what I'm thinking. I want some of your brown sugar. So pack that on there nice. Brown sugar, okay, next, pineapples, of course. This is like the best part that everybody likes for some reason. Of course, the cherries. These pineapples are a little big, so I can fit two cherries actually. Boom, there it is. Boom, there it is. Okay, so once you're done with that, then we just go on to the actual cake mixture. Set this aside. I have like no good lighting over here, but anyway, the cake part of this is pretty easy. It's just mixing the wet and the dry. So in here I have eggs. I have my regular white sugar, and then I have brown sugar, and then the vanilla, and then two eggs. Your milk, and then your pineapple juice, and oh yeah, your milk, your pineapple juice, and then there's butter over there. You can't even really see because it's really dark. If you're smart, you'll save the juice from the pineapple rings for your pineapple juice instead of going and buying separate pineapple juice. So we're going to mix all these together, and then we're going to do our dry. Here's your dry. This is your flour, your baking powder, your baking soda, and your salt. Some bakers they usually sift, which is this little machine that gets all the it makes it more finer, but that's not required here. I'm just gonna take my fingers and just um straighten out some of these clumps here on my own, and then I'll add it to the wet. Okay, here is our cake mix, and we're just gonna pour them into the cake mix. Pouring, pouring. Don't spill. Here they are, looking all nice and sexy. I would suggest when you're pouring to just be a little gentle while pouring. This one I was a little rough, and as you can see, a few of the cherries popped out. But other than that, they fell to a nice level, and I am going to lay some foil down because I don't want to mess in my oven. But that's basically it. And these will be going in for about 20-25 minutes. Underneath, I don't know if you can see, but that's our tester. And it came out a little different than what I expected, but the flavor on it is banging. Over here, while I was doing my pineapple cake mixture, I took these out. These look pretty good. Nice and firm. Here comes trouble, y'all. But anyway, nice and firm. They smell awesome. Just a little browning on the side, but that's because that was a short end. But other than that, they came out pretty good. I can't wait to see the put together. So that's basically it. I'm on 10 minutes right now. So I'm going to end this video, and then I'll be doing another one for the actual assembly of the entire cake.